Boom. I don't know why I keep saying that, but I do. I'm trying to find a good catchphrase for my YouTube channel. I can't really find one yet, but whatever. So, what's up, guys? T Flex Fitness here on YouTube. Second video about the Mr. Olympia. This time we're gonna talk about the Open, and which is everybody. This is the real Super Bowl of the bodybuilding world. This is what everybody looks forward to for the whole year. Even though there hasn't been very much coverage so far, this is going to be a very, very interesting Mr. Olympia. Looking back at all the other Mr. Olympias that have happened in the past at least 15 years, I have not been able to find a Mr. Olympia that is so stacked and so competitive as this one. If you think about guys that probably aren't even going to place in the top 5, it's an amazing lineup. Top 10, guys like Steve Kuklo, William Bonac, Burley Winkler, Victor Martinez, Justin Compton, Dallas McCarver, Nathan Diasha, these young guys that, have some amazing potential. It's going to be a great show. I think, and those guys probably won't place in the top 5. They have a chance, but they probably, most likely won't. And then you still have guys like Dexter Jackson. Wow. He's going to place in the top 5. There's no doubt about that. Guys like Branch Warren. Who else? I can't even, can't even think of other guys right now. But, it's a stacked lineup. It's going to be a great show. So you have those guys. And then you, of course, have, Kevin Levrone, who is an insane wild card. This guy could get dead last, or could win the show. You don't know. Nobody knows what Kevin's going to bring to the stage that day, this Friday. Nobody knows. The thing is we've seen pictures of him all summer, of him with, a picture of him versus 1999 him, and, they look the same. Or a picture of him and, excuse me, a picture of him with a back double bicep, and he looks shredded. We just saw a picture of him 3 or 2 days ago, of him doing a back lat spread, saying that he's a 29-inch waist, which is 2 inches smaller than what it was in the 2003 Mr. Olympia. And his back is insanely wide and shredded, and he's depleted right now. All I know is that I think Kevin's actually going to shock us. I think everybody that, whether you think he's going to do well or not, you actually don't know what he's going to look like, because, he could totally, if he looks what he does look like in 2002, 2001, in the 99 Grand Prix, if he looks like any of those, people are in for a world of trouble. But so we don't know. But so nobody knows what he's going to bring. But he's going to shock all of us. He's 52 years old. He's going to step on that stage, and he's going to make every single one of us go, wow. That's 52 years old, a muscle. That's insane. Oh, and he only did that in 6 months? What? He hasn't trained in 13 years? Seriously? And he looks like that? If he can do it, I can do it. That's everything. And he's going to have the best applause out of anybody on the stage. Phil Heath's going to hate it, because Phil Heath loves the applause. He loves that stuff. But Kevin's going to blow people out of the water. This is my prediction. If Kevin looks like he did in 2002, let's say, actually, if Kevin looks like he did in 1999 at the Grand Prix, or he looks like he did in 2002 with a little bit bigger legs, and Phil looks like he did last year, Kevin's going to win this show. There's no doubt about it. Kevin's going to be more shredded than Phil will. Kevin's going to be more proportionate than Phil will. Kevin's going to have a smaller waist than Phil will. And he's still going to have that 3D bubbly muscle that pops out at you, and you just are like, oh my gosh. And, Phil Heath fans are going to hate me. Other fans are going to hate me because, everybody doesn't think that Kevin can do that. But if he does, Kevin Levrone could have beat Dorian Yates. Kevin Levrone could have beat Ronnie Coleman in 2000, in 99 or 2000. Kevin Levrone could have beat him in 2002. Could Phil Heath beat Ronnie Coleman ever? No. So, and no disrespect to Phil, but I mean, Ronnie and Phil are two completely different bodybuilders, and Ronnie smokes him in every shot. But I think if Kevin can do that and Phil doesn't come in the way he's supposed to, because he's been on a decline and, he comes in too big, Kevin's got this in the bag. But we don't know what Kevin's going to bring, so you can't say that. That's my prediction, though. If I think Kevin Levrone definitely has a chance to win the Mr. Olympia, hands down. But so he'll definitely be in the top 5, in my opinion, just based off of what I've seen. He's 252 pounds, and he's show ready 2.5 weeks out. Like, come on, So 2.5 weeks to Kevin Levrone, a month and a half to every other bodybuilder on the planet. So he's gonna do well. So he's in the top 5. Phil Heath's definitely in the top 5, because even at 85% in 2014, Phil still beat everybody with straight ones. Whether people agree with that or not, it happened. He beat probably one of Kai Green's best performances since 2012. He still won. So Phil's definitely going to be in the top 5. He'll probably be second. And then you have a guy like Dexter Jackson, who pushed Phil last year. And if, Dexter Jackson's able to stay bigger than he was last year, because he was 250 pounds 2 weeks out of the show last year. What happened was he got down to the show and he completely sucked down to 235 pounds, which is a big difference. He was insanely shredded, but he was already shredded 2 weeks out. He didn't need to do that. So if he's able to stay around 245, but be as lean and be as conditioned as he was last year, he could totally win this show. Which would be awesome. 47 years old is Dexter Jackson. People talk about Kevin Levrone being 52, but the thing is Dexter Jackson's 47 and been training consistently, which puts a lot more wear and tear on the body than, not training for 13 years. 47 years old, he's won the Mr. Olympia, and it's been 8 years. So if he comes back and he wins it this year, that's crazy. That's unheard of. Nobody's ever done that before. Nobody's ever taken that long of a hiatus from winning, because I guess he really didn't take the hiatus, but nobody's not won that many years and then come and won again, ever. Jay lost and then won again to Dexter, right? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger retired and then came back. That doesn't count, So Dexter Jackson will, make history if he does that. Oldest person to win Mr. Olympia, and also longest time from winning to winning again, which would be great for him. I don't know if he can. I don't know if he'll be big enough, but you never know. So we'll see. He's always conditioned. So if the rest of the guys are off, he can win. But we'll see. You've got him, Sean Roden, who people are counting out and count out every single year. Sean Roden is a monster. He's wide. He's got the best waist on stage. Other than Kevin Levrone, I think they have the same size. But, smallest waist on stage. If he's able to control it this year better than he did last year, well, that's one up for him. And, Chris Aceto has been talking about how this is the best Sean Roden he's ever seen. And, Chris Aceto has a pretty good eye. Chris Aceto has been in this game for a really long time. So, it's probably pretty gnarly. So, Sean Roden has a chance to win the show, dude. Sean Roden is big enough to beat Phil. He's actually bigger than Phil. He's taller, which helps. He's more symmetrical. He totally has a chance, especially if he brings that back up. He totally has a chance to beat Phil Heath. So the 4 people I just named all could win. Oh, and then there's this other guy who got 5th last year named Big Ramy. Big Ramy's a monster. And he's working with Chris Aceto. And Chris Aceto is by far the best conditioning coach, I would say. Contest coach in the IFBB. He brings more people in shape than anybody else. And they're always in shape. Sean's never out of shape. Guy's never out of shape. Jose Raymond's never out of shape. And that's just to name a few. But every single one of Chris's guys are in shape. Ramy just posted a picture of him at Bad France yesterday with a shirt on. but I knew he's in shape. Why? Because you could see his freaking cheekbone. His like cheek was sunken in like this over a week out, or exactly a week out. You know, even when he was on stage, his face didn't look like that. So he's more conditioned now than he was last year at the day of the show. So if he's 285 pounds, 280 pounds shredded, he's gonna win. And I don't care what Kevin Levrone looks like. I don't care what Phil looks like. A shredded big Ramy with good separation is unstoppable because he is a freak. See, Ronnie Coleman was too big at 280 pounds. Big Ramy is small at 280 pounds, but the thing is, he's going to look like he's 300 pounds, and he's going to look freakier than he did at 300 pounds. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. He's going to look insane if he is shredded. If he nails it, there is not a person on the planet that can touch Big Ramy. He is too much of a freak. He is the freakiest bodybuilder ever. He will win the Mr. Olympia if he's able to really bring it. So we'll see. It's top 5. Right there. Ramy, Levrone, Dexter, Sean, and Phil. Phil, obviously the favorite. He's 5-time Mr. Olympia going on 6. Can't count the champ out, ever. He's pissed off. Can you imagine being 5-time Mr. Olympia and being overshadowed by a 52-year-old man who's never won before? Nobody talks about Phil anymore. Nobody's like, oh, Phil, everybody's saying Phil's off. Phil's done. If I'm a champion and I'm the best in the world and people are saying that about me, well, I better frickin' bring it. So, if he brings it, and, everybody's not at their best, Phil, a perfect Phil, a polished Phil, is unbeatable. I'm sorry. It's the truth. 2011, Phil was unbeatable. 2013, Phil's unbeatable, untouchable. Sorry. Nobody on that stage could beat him. So if he looks like that, nobody on that stage can beat him unless somebody else just happens to come out and look absolutely insane. My opinion, but you cannot count the champ out. All 5 guys in top 5 can be Mr. Olympia. And then you guys have guys like Rolly Winkler could crack the top 5 if somebody's off. Victor Martinez looks amazing. He can crack the top 5. I think William Bonnock should have cracked the top 5 last year. I think, honestly, he should have beat Ramy last year because he's in better condition. And he's fuller and he's just an overall better bodybuilder. But William Bonnock could crack the top 5 if somebody's off. It's going to be an amazing show, and I'm so excited. I'm really excited for the press conference because I know it's going to get heated, or it won't. Maybe because Kai Green's not there for 2 years in a row. But Phil's going to be upset because every single question is going to go to Kevin, and that's going to tick him off. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be an amazing show. Friday night, it's going to be... all anticipation is going to be worth it, and it's going to be an amazing show to watch. I'll be watching it. My door will be closed. Nobody's going to be here because none of my friends like watching bodybuilding. But man, it's gonna be a good time, and I'm very, very excited, very, very much looking forward to it. So yeah, that's my bodybuilding predictions. Like I said in the last video, I'm gonna be doing an Olympia recap on probably Sunday or Monday next week after the Olympia ends. Tell you whether I agree or disagree with something with the judge's decision, whether I agree or disagree with who won or not, that type of thing. Who I think looks great, who I thought could have done better, all that type of stuff. It's going to be a good one. So look out for that one. Keep an eye out for any pictures, any update pictures that I post about other bodybuilders that I've seen. All that stuff. So hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the like button. Tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your parents to subscribe. Who doesn't like if they like bodybuilding, why not subscribe to more bodybuilding? Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Instagram is at tflex_bodybuilding. If you want to, email me at tflex3fitness@gmail.com if you have any questions. Comment below if you have any ideas for new videos. Comment below if you disagree with me, all that stuff. Just don't fight in the comment section. Nobody likes that. Alright guys, second video of the school year. I'm back back for good. See you later, YouTube.